to big news on the historic home of the Dam Busters, and the RAF airfield in Scampton in Lincolnshire is to become a National Heritage Site. 2,000 migrants had been due to be housed there, but it's been reported that the Home Office has agreed to cut the number of asylum seekers to 800. Well, joining me now to discuss this is the Conservative councillor for Scampton, Roger Patterson. Roger, welcome to the show. We're just about to be joined by Roger. This will be seen as something of a victory, of course, a story we've been covering for many, many months here on GB News. 2,000 local asylum seekers being sent to the area with no consultation. Nobody was asked in the area, and indeed an encampment was outside the area for many, many months. The locals simply said the area cannot cope. The public services wouldn't be able to cope. I'm now joined by the Conservative councillor for Scampton, Roger Patterson. Roger, thank you for joining us. 2,000 was the target, 800 is the new number. Still not the entire victory the local community was hoping for.
No, but I mean, for us, for people like myself and others in the area that have been working on this for 15 years, planning for the day when the base closed, it is a victory. And any victory of any sorts is good for the community. It's good for our futures and for Lincolnshire. Obviously, it's not ideal, but the Home Office will say anything. I mean, they've got 29 planning conditions to meet before they could even put anybody on there in the limited time they've got. I doubt they're never going to meet them, so I put money on it. I doubt there'll ever be any immigrants turn up there. But the Home Office says one thing and then completely does another. But for the residents and for all of us whose main concern is our future, this is fantastic news.
And so can you talk us through how that would work? It sounds great that the site would be a National Heritage Site, Roger, but how can you have a National Heritage Site cheek by jowl with 800 asylum seekers next door?
Well, what I understand is the two of the hangars and the airfield, and where you're looking at now on the screen there, nearly 90% of it will be handed over to the council for handing over to Scampton Holdings, who's the development partner. And the Home Office will move further away from that area into the buildings that were housing airmen not so long ago, but are being refurbished. They're nowhere near finished, but they'll be moving into a small area of the site away from Scampton Holdings. The vast majority of the site, the airfield, the hangars, eventually everything else will come to Scampton Holdings. So they'll be kept well away from the development site itself. And Scampton Holdings can get on and deliver.
Now, the locals that we've been speaking to over the months, Roger, they don't want a single asylum seeker to be at this base. You just intimated to the fact that that probably will be the case. Are you going to keep pushing to try and make sure that no asylum seekers turn up there? Or do you think this feels like a compromise from the Home Office, a fait accompli? 800 will have to be accepted.
Well, it is a compromise. Obviously, the council's had to compromise with the Home Office, and they've had to compromise as well. But we've got our victory in the fact that we've got what we wanted, which is the £300 million plus redevelopment. But the fight goes on. We're not going to give up trying to stop them coming. It isn't the right place for them. The base is nowhere near ready. They've spent millions and millions of pounds. They've wasted millions on this. Those porta cabins you've been seeing there, they're not going to be used. They're complete white elephants. They've spent God knows how much money on that, taxpayers' money. My guess is, because there's an election, they've got this sorted now, which is great news for us. And it's thanks to West Lindsey District Council, Sally Grindrod-Smith, our Director of Planning and Regeneration, who's been absolutely fantastic throughout all of this, and all of her team. I mean, they've been absolutely amazing, the support of residents.
OK, Roger Patterson, we have to leave it there. Conservative councillor for Scampton. A victory of sorts. Not 2,000, but 800 asylum seekers to go to historic RAF Scampton.